Okay guys, hey, it's me. I'm going to be reviewing Thor, which I saw opening night, midnight, and 3 times since, which kinda gives my opinion away on the movie. It is awesome. It's almost everything I wanted. Like, Thor is my favorite superhero. Has been for a while. It's so cool. I don't really know where to start, because basically, okay, I know where to start. The movie is divided into 2 parts. Thor on Earth and Thor on Asgard. Well, basically, no, not even Thor on Earth, Thor on Earth. It's divided into the characters in Asgard and the characters on Earth. Thor is in both at not most of the movie, but the first half and then the last, the finale. Basically, Thor is cast down and Jane finds him, and then it basically flashes back to Asgard and why he was kicked out and everything. And this movie, visually, Jesus fucking Christ, it looks amazing. Like, Asgard looks great. Like, the buildings, the floating, it's wow. Just wow. It is that cool. The first fight scene between Odin as king and a whole bunch of basically Odin's army versus a whole bunch of frost giants is a little war cam. Like, you can't really see much, and it's just like, but when you do see stuff, it's so cool. Like, you see, like, there's this one scene where you just see Odin like blasting a whole bunch of frost giants, and it's just like, that is so badass. That's so cool. And you're just staring at it. It's amazing. It's wow. But that looks great. But then let's get into Thor. Thor himself is so cool in this movie. He comes off as, a nice guy, but he does seem arrogant and everything. I think he pulls off the character very well. Loki. Wow, Tom Hiddleston, I think his name is. The guy who portrayed Loki. Wow, he was the best part of the movie for me. The way he did Loki was just, oh my god. Anthony Hopkins was okay. Natalie Portman was good. Everybody, the one thing I can really say about this movie is that everybody acted well. Like, there was no bad acting. It was all pretty good. I'm going to talk about my complaints right now of the movie. One, the Warriors 3 didn't get that much justice. I mean, Ray Stevenson did great as Volstagg, and Fandal and Hogan were good too. The guy who did, oh shit, I just totally forgot his name. I said it a second ago. Oh my god, don't hate me for this, but the green one. He looked exactly like the guy from Robin Hood Men in Tights and Princess Bride. Oh my, it was weird. It was like, what? I know, that is the guy. I know it is. But yeah, everybody did a good job. It was so funny. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was, but there are some scenes that just make me laugh out loud every time I watch it. One of them being right after Thor gets out of the hospital. Most of them, actually. But let's get into everybody else. Sif was good. I'm glad they didn't totally put the romance between Thor and Sif right out there, because it's implied, but it's never really stated. So it just means like it makes the movie seem more depth. Because, if you meet somebody new, there's going to be something you don't know about it, and not know about them, and that kind of leaves the feel of mystery. It's kind of what this movie gives off in the term of their relationship. The frost giants were cool. I was talking about my complaints. Shit. Okay, here's my major complaint. The movie was about Thor, but it was actually just a story with Thor. It wasn't about Thor, if that makes any sense. Like, they didn't explain what he can do. They showed some of it, but they didn't explain what he can do and how he could do it, and, well, they kind of did the hammer and everything, but he has powers without the hammer. But anyway, the point is, it wasn't really about Thor. So, some people have given me that argument that it's an Avengers prequel. No, it's not. It's definitely its own movie. It doesn't feel like an Avengers prequel. It feels like its own movie. S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely takes a big part of it. Not a big part, maybe 1/5, but no, it's not an Avengers prequel. It definitely does well to separate itself from that. You don't know a lot of, I mean, you know what you need to know about Thor to tell this story, but you don't know who he is. Like, you know he's arrogant, and you know by the end of the movie you can tell that there's a change. He's humble, but I wish they would have touched a little more on what Thor is and what he can do and what he's like. Because when you see him fight, when you see him throw down against everybody, oh my, when he's fighting the Frost Giants, you're just like, dude, this is awesome. The guy is a total badass. And then he kills the big thing, and I heard some people gasp at how awesome that was in the movie theater. I'm not kidding, anyway. Actually, it was cool. Whoops. Wow. Okay, and another thing is, my friend actually pointed this one out to me. The movie is going, and it's great, and it gets to the climax, and then it kind of stops. Now, his argument was just that, like, you know, all Marvel movies do that. They don't know how to end a movie, but I think it's like they're trying to do it like a comic book, you know, make it to be continued, set it up for sequels. That's just my point of view. I mean, I could be wrong. Because it does just seem to stop. I mean, I think if the movie was a half hour longer, it could have been much better. It could have been a lot better, but, I mean, not a lot better. I mean, the extra half hour just would have made it seem complete, because it's already great. It's fantastic. But the extra half hour would have given it, you know, what it needed to be one of the great superhero movies. Personally, I like it more than Iron Man, but that might just be my bias against Thor, because Thor is my favorite superhero. But actually, the story it tells is definitely more my thing. So, I would say I like it more than Iron Man. Any other Marvel movie, really. Yeah, no, Iron Man and Hulk are on the same, because I love the Hulk movie, both of them. Haters gonna hate. But this Thor movie, it's actually the only movie I can say that's on my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It's the only superhero movie on that list. Like, I would put The Dark Knight, but that is a great movie all on its own, but Thor is on one of my favorites, which you know what, I'm going to put that list up. I'm going to do a video of that, too. But in short, the action is great, the visuals are stunning, best any superhero movie has done so far. And what this movie did with the flying and the vision, there's this scene where Loki shoots Thor out of a tower, and you just see him fall, and it looks amazing. The Destroyer was kick-ass. A little loud, actually, in the theater. Like, the first time I saw it was really loud, and the other two times it just kind of hurt. But the scene where he fights the Destroyer, he gets his armor back, like, right away, as soon as he becomes worthy. He gets the hammer, and he flies over, and there's this scene where you just see him from below, and, like, his cape's flying, and you see him spinning his hammer. That is, like, perfect Thor right there. When he tries to pick up the hammer, you actually feel for him. You feel kind of bad that, you know, he can't do what he wants to do. It sucks. Like, you know, you feel this guy's pain. Oh, wow, it was just great. The ending credits was cool. My friend, he's a skeptic, is just like, oh, look, it's the Energon Cube. And I was like, ah, from Transformers, which is called the Allspark in the movie. But, you know, fuck those people. But the movie was awesome. The ending was awesome. The acting was awesome. The visual, Jesus. There's this scene where Thor's fighting everybody, and like he just decides to, you know, do a coup de grace, wipes him out. He's definitely the most powerful character Marvel has done, especially in the cinematic universe. He can take anyone and win. Like movie Hulk and movie Thor. Yeah, Thor would win. Hulk doesn't stand a chance. It's what's so cool, like, because he's really powerful. I didn't expect them to do a movie like this. But yeah, in short, this was amazing, and I recommend going to see it.